I was lucky. Katie didn't show much sibling jealousy, so I often had both of them in my arms. Katie in one, 5 years, and Lissa in the other. And Lissa grew up not knowing any different. So the first few years, I, not that we didn't talk about it because it was ever present, but it wasn't much of a concern. Children just accept everybody. They're not making judgments yet about people and who they are and what they look like and things like that. So she was close to Katie. They would snuggle. One of my favorite pictures is them taking naps together, and they're both sucking their thumbs with their pinky fingers entwined. They just grew up side by side. As Alissa made developmental progress, she kind of would naturally she never asked about Katie's development. I don't know that she could have at that stage, but she just kind of naturally did things for Katie that she saw us doing. So I remember putting them in the bath and Alissa at 2.5 picking up the face cloth and washing Katie's back because that's what she had seen us do. And she didn't think anything of it. She used to help Katie tie her shoes. Katie can't do that. And it wasn't anything we asked her to do. It just came naturally to her. And because that's how she saw us working with Katie. But of course, as she grew up, there's different levels of awareness that happen. So I'd say probably about 4, 5, 6 maybe, she started asking more questions about how come Katie can't talk, how come Katie does this, why does she have seizures and I don't. And we were always, we welcomed the questions and spoke about it, and hopefully in ways that were developmentally appropriate for her in simple terms. Katie's brain doesn't work as well as yours. We don't know why she has seizures, but we give her the medications to make it less. We always tried to put somewhat of a hopeful spin on it. And so she just accepted those, Later on, I think during grammar school, there's more detailed questions. Will this happen to me? How come Susie's like this? How come whatever? And again, we just answered them honestly and to the best of our ability, encouraged her to keep asking the questions. It was always kind of just right there. We gave her the tools to explain. By us explaining to her in a developmentally appropriate way, she then had the words to explain to other people. And so I remember being out at a TJ Maxx or Marshall's or something and running into another family, and we get a lot of stares because Katie isn't typical, and I think they had a 4-year-old who did ask a question, and before I could even answer, Alissa answered for me because we were used to that. So it doesn't have, it presents different challenges at different times, but I've always just being open and honest with her about what's going on, reassuring her that, it wasn't going to happen to her, I think was important. Not all parents have that comfort in knowing that, but we were fortunate to some extent that we did. Their relationship now is somewhat similar in that Alissa is very protective of Katie. Even little slights, she gets the fur on her neck up. So if she feels like somebody's staring or something or whatever, she will go out of her way to show them that Katie's loved and pull Katie close and give her a kiss or snuggle or say, talk to her or something to kind of get the message across that, this is Katie and she's loved and she's part of our family. And she always asks about her. Alyssa's down, living out of state right now. So she never fails to ask. She asks, when she's here. They spend a lot of quiet time together. Katie's a big snuggler, so we all love our Katie snuggles.